many of you have tried to talk to someone, but they are so preoccupied by their phone? Maybe you tried to talk to them, but they kept cutting you off so that they could take calls. Maybe you sat by someone who kept texting through a meeting. It's distracting, don't you think? Not to mention it's rude. Imagine trying to give a presentation or talk in a meeting while others are sitting on their phone. Do you think that they're paying attention or hear what you're saying? How many of you are guilty of doing this yourselves? I know I am. Hi, I'm Tracy. I'm a student at Lakeland, and I'm here to talk to you about cell phone etiquette in the workplace. What if you're up for a promotion and while you're talking with your boss, you keep checking your phone? Chances are your boss is going to notice, and he or she is going to think that whatever you're doing on your phone is more important than what he has to say. Maybe you finally got a meeting with someone and you hope to gain them as a client, but you keep taking calls or texting while you're sitting down with them. Every customer or client wants to feel like they are your top priority. What you're actually showing them is that whatever's on your phone is more important than gaining their business. Imagine you're giving a presentation, but the audience won't stop looking at their phones, or they're getting up to take calls. Do you think they're paying attention? Do you think they're taking in what you have to say? Studies were conducted at USC Marshall School of Business about cell phones in the workplace. 84% of people think it's inappropriate to text or email during a meeting. 86% feel it's inappropriate to take a call during a meeting. There may be times when you have to attend a meeting, but you're waiting on an important call. And when I say important, I mean a family emergency, or say a piece of information from a coworker that if you don't get to your boss by the end of the day, you risk losing a client. Let me tell you, at my former place of employment, we were struggling to keep up with production, and another company offered to help us out by running a few jobs. I would speak with them several times a day to discuss the transfer of molds or parts that they ran for us or when they can get them to us. Sometimes I wasn't able to talk to them before I would have to go to a meeting, so I made sure I let my boss know I may have to step out to talk to them about customer XYZ. If this happens, you should let everyone know in the very beginning, before the meeting starts or right at the very beginning, that you are waiting on an important phone call and may have to step out. Be sure to keep your cell phone on vibrate, keep it in your pocket or in your lap so that it doesn't disturb others. If you're preoccupied by your phone while you're in a meeting, you risk missing out on important information. It's a waste of everyone's time to have to repeat themselves because one person wasn't paying attention. York University did a study. York University in the UK did a study on multitasking. And did you know that sitting next to a person who is multitasking, such as texting or emailing in a meeting, actually decreases the comprehension of those around them by 17%. When a person is occupied by their phone while you're talking to them, whether it's a coworker or a friend at a barbecue, they're actually making their phone a higher priority than you. I don't know about you, but if I go to dinner with my parents or my family, the last thing I want to do is make them feel that something on my phone is more important than them. There are pros and cons to cell phones in the workplace. They can be helpful by increasing productivity, getting quick answers from a customer, coworker, or when you need someone to reach you, or when someone needs to reach you when you're not at your desk. They can also be a distraction when they are used at inappropriate times. They make it all too easy to not pay attention to what's going on around you. Think about your surroundings, who you're with, what you're doing before grabbing your cell phone. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. How would they feel at that moment if others were preoccupied by their phones?